Hey, welcome to match review number 19. And this is a match that I played today, actually, August 30th, 2020. And I made a lot of blunders, especially with the cube, but total 17, so we'll try to go quickly. We are at 0-0, and we get to this position. I have a 4 and 3 to play, and I choose to hit and come down to the 5 point. And what I'm hoping to have happen is to get a miss or a bounce and then cover, which I'll have 3 numbers that do that. And then if things really get lucky, I pick up the checker on the 10 point also, and my life is good. XG hates this plan. Sometimes, again, make the simple play. Look at the structure that you leave here when, even though you've got two checkers loose on the 17 and the 10, you've also got a man on the bar and a man back, and it's better to send your opponent back 10 than it is to send it back 4, and it's better to have indirects than directs, and so there are a lot of reasons why the made play is better than the recommended play is better than the play I made. Moving on a little bit, this time I do decide to break my anchor and hit on the 14, and XG doesn't like that plan either. And again, this is something that comes up time and time again. The structure you get at the end of the play is super simple. If you look at it like this is what it looks like at the end of the play. You've got the one loose checker, but you've got checkers here on the 21. Your anchor is still sound. You do have a loose blot, but in the best possible position, least chance to get hit there on the 13. You've got a 4-point prime, and you've got a couple of checkers for flexibility. Okay, here I'm basically got a big mess on my hands, and am trying to get some kind of a closeout, and obviously hoping. I'm trailing 0-3 at this point. We're in game 3, and my big goal in life is to get back in the match. And instead of, again, doing the simpler, I come in with the ace, I hit on the 5, I'm hoping for a bounce, which you're only going to get a bounce 25% of the time. And you can do the same things here. Come in and you can hit on the 2 instead of the 1. You don't have as many covers, but you're just in a much smoother situation again. Once again, looking at the end position there. You've got a chance to cover. You've got obviously a fair chance not to be hit, and because of red structure, you've got loads of opportunities to hit later in the game. We're still in the same game, still trailing 0-3. And this is the end position, so let's look at it from the beginning. I have a 6-3 to play here, and I play the 3 to the 22 because obviously that's the only choice I have. And then I've got lots of choices for the 6s. I could play 24 to 18. Obviously what I'm trying to do here, trailing by 15, well, a reasonably close race, but still my goal here is to get some hits. And what XG likes here is, is this play right here. Just come in, sit on the 22. This is actually a very powerful position with 4 checkers there and not many attackers. You notice red's only got 7 in the zone, and then 6 stacked on my 12 point, and then 2 other checkers. So it's unlikely that red's going to do any damage to you here, and it is very likely that you will see some hits later in the game. Okay, next error. I did win that, and I did win a gammon. So now I'm trailing 2-3, and oh boy, did I make a huge blunder here. The making a quick change here to show normalized equity. I have aces here and had some plays and didn't put red on the bar, which was a mistake, and pretty easy one to rectify. You can come down, you can hit on the deuce, and you notice instead of playing 8-7, you can play 7-6 here. That leaves you a 6 to hit. And I notice this a lot, that playing 7-6 in these bear-off situations is a much better play than playing 8-7. Now I'm leading 4-3, and I play 6-4. I just hated, I didn't mind coming out with the 24, but from 24 to 18. What I didn't like was where the 4 went, and I'm really still not sure. I just love this. This is like the least bad option. You're still a pretty significant underdog, but this leaves 3s and 4s to hit. It does leave your structure intact, and I tend to underestimate how important that is. Later, same game, and we're looking at me with a 2-2 here, and I played 7-5 to 7-1 because I didn't want to get red loose with any 6s with that last checker, and sometimes that's the chance that you have to take, that you just essentially you put this in and say, I hope they don't throw a 6, and if they don't throw a 6, which is 69% of the rolls, you are all of a sudden in a very powerful position because you've got 4s and 6s that get you out, and you've got 1s and 4s that will enable you to cover, plus some rolls like the 1s and stuff like that that won't move the back checkers but will enable you to put that red checker on the bar. Still same game, and this is a cube blunder. I have managed to get my checkers out and have this red checker back here, but since it's only one checker and since I have 112 to go and red has 64, I can easily envision red popping loose with a 2-5 or a 2-6 and me missing and losing the match or losing a bunch of points if he takes, because it's 4-3, so it would all of a sudden be if he takes skew, I'd be down 7-4. However, still a double. And once again, another double. And here, this is a little bit harder to miss because you've got 4s and 1s and 2s that hit on the 3-point, 9 numbers, obviously, that hit on the, that hit and cover. Pops out to here, and I got a hit, and I came in with the 6, and instead of playing the 4, I tried to spread out my checkers instead of playing from the 19 to the 15, which would have been the better play. I played from the 5 to the 1, and what eventually happened here is red through 3-2 pounds, 6-4, and I hit when I should have just made the 9-point. And then some other things happened. I mucked up these double 3s when I should have just played 15 to 3. And then I played 21 to 13 here when I should have slotted the 6 and held. And that way, if you get hit there, you've got another chance to hit the red checker that's trying to make its way around and doesn't have any flexibility at all. I just couldn't bring myself to slot the 6. This is a missed cube opportunity, and here's one where you've got a ton of numbers that make you've got 17 numbers that make it from 12 to 6, and then you've got 6 more numbers that make it. So you're a 67% favorite to hit on the 6-point and all of a sudden have a 5-point prime. I didn't throw those. I threw a 5-4. No, I threw a 3-1, and I made the 1-point. And so then I got another chance to double, which I passed on. And this time I did cover. And then I finally redoubled and got home. So that put me up 6 to 3. This is probably one of the worst blunders I can remember making. So I don't even know if it's instructive. You can see the play that I made coming down 13 to 12 with 2 checkers, and then sliding 1 checker up to the 21, which was the one thing I did that made sense, and then moving from 6 to 5, which has the downside of duplicating my 3s. That, again, duplicating numbers that I need, which is not the way that you want to be doing things. Really, really terrible play in that I think that you can see it's a minus 0.136 to make the best play and a minus 0.379 to make the play that I made. But you can also see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I might have made the 12th best play here, something in that range. So don't do this. I was interested to see that the best play involved not hitting, but making 21 point, which you've got a pretty good race. You've got an anchor. You've got chances to hit. You've got some decent control. I am a little surprised I didn't. I couldn't tell you what I was thinking. Here we're up 7 to 3, and we've got double 2s. And this is another one where making the simple play is not just a thing that you say out loud, but actually advisable. Just pop down to the 4 point here, and you've put some wonderful stuff in the bank for later. And you don't have to hit all the time. It's generally better to hit, but you don't have to hit all the time. That's the last error I made. So I managed to get a bunch of them into one game, and I did win the match, I believe, 9 to 3. Thanks for watching.